Hey, so Charlie XCX's Brat was a pretty giant moment for her. It's one of the few albums that I feel like get celebrated as albums. Like a lot of people pay attention to singles and all that and stuff and celebrate that with pop artists. But I feel like albums don't really get looked at like that. Um, so yeah, I think it's pretty cool that she's having this big moment. And what she decided to do is make a remix album with all of her friends and people in the industry. And so I wanted to give it a listen. So first off, it's 360 with Young Lean and Robin. And I think this one goes over pretty well. I think Young Lean's voice is pretty cool. The collaboration goes pretty effortless and like feels really natural. And the song is still really good. 360 is like one of the best songs on Brat, so I think they did it justice on the remix. Club Classics, I didn't really get into at all. Just not my favorite track on the album in general, but the remix is just a little bit too obnoxious for me. Not my thing. But I'm also not at the club or anything, so it's not meant for me in general. Sympathy is a Knife really goes off. Still a great track. Charlie's voice is beautiful. Ariana's voice is beautiful. Just a great listen. The 1975 cover of I Might Say Something Stupid was one of the tracks I was looking forward to the most on here. And it's just because I love the 1975 so much as a band. I think they're one of my favorites in the world. But I do think, although there are some beautiful production choices, and I love the ending of how it builds up, but I do think I prefer the original version to this. I just think they take the 2-minute track and stretch it out to 4 minutes, and it feels like it. Like, it feels like it's so slow. But again, very beautiful. Like, if you take the time, it's really worth the listen. I just feel like I will not listen to it as much as I do the original version. Talk Talk with Troye Sivan is like a pretty good song as well. Still good. But I just want to take a moment to like talk about the fact that she's doing a co-headlining tour right now at such a moment that is like a lot of eyes are on her, and like, you know what I mean? To choose to do a co-headlining tour instead of a solo tour, a solo headlining tour is pretty strange. But I guess they're just like best friends and whatever, and they're both pretty talented. And I think this version of the song goes over really well. The Von Dutch remix is just nowhere near as good as Von Dutch is. But again, that's not to say it doesn't have its merits and all this. It's just like the original version is better than this version. Everything is Romantic with Caroline Polachek is also great. Caroline Polachek's voice is just like hypnotic. Like, she's like a siren or something. Her voice is just insane. And yeah, it's a pretty entrancing song. Rewind is okay. So I is so much different than the original version. I think A.G. Cook does a really wonderful job with the production, but as well, I think Charlie does a great job of painting a picture and like sharing all these intimate memories and like, making it very clear. I don't know. It's pretty cool. It's like you get to live vicariously through the song and imagine like Charlie and her friends. It's pretty cool. Girl So Confusing is also a pretty awesome song. I think the remix with Lorde is like pretty undeniable how good it is. Yeah, I would recommend it. The Apple remix with Japanese House sounds so much like the 1975. It's pretty ridiculous. But I think I enjoy the song. It's just maybe not one of the standout ones for me on this album. During back-to-back, I kind of get a little bit like tired of the album. I find like like all these songs are good on here, but it's kind of like an exhausting listen. It kind of reminds me of like Daisy by Brand New or something, where it's like a good album, but it's just like, oh my god, listening to this thing like track by track is pretty heavy. I Think About It All the Time featuring Bon Iver is also like a really good track. It kind of reminds me of like death and how we're all inevitably going to die, but they do it in a really beautiful way. And it sounds also nothing like the record, which, you know, goes with the title, like Brat, but it's also completely different, but it's also still Brat. I'd recommend this song. Then 365 with Shy Girl comes on, and it's pretty, like, at this point in the record, I'm tired, right? I'm tired of listening a little bit. So this, the energy of this is just like a little too much for me. But yeah, I don't know. I could see like club people really liking it. So then the record finally ends with Guess, and I feel like I enjoyed this song a lot more than 365 or Back to Back or Club Classics. But I still feel like it's a, like, I don't know, it's a good song, but it's a like pretty weird closer to the album. But yeah, I think I'd overall recommend this album to anyone like who liked Brat, for sure. Check it out. But I think I liked Brat more than this, even though this had like a lot of entertaining things going on and like cool features and like cool production choices. I think I like Brat more. I think I'm gonna give this like an 8, just because it felt a little exhausting at points, but all around still all good songs. Okay, thanks for listening.